he said, now, good, realistic, grounded people look at Jesus and they're like, Now, we have in our congregation somebody who works with town sewers. I'm sure that if he could speak, he would tell you what some of the stench is like when you uncover those. Somebody has to do it, right? But they're looking at him and they're like, no, there's a reason the stone's across the tomb. This is going to be... And really, why would you roll a stone away and then further grieve the women who were there, the sisters who had just lost him? Why would you open a casket and exhibit? Why? When people have to exhume a grave, there's deep grief, usually in the families of those who have that happen to them. Why would you add to the pain of the sisters by rolling it away so they smell their brother's body decomposing? But Jesus, he already knew what was going to happen. Roll that stone away. So because he said that, they did. But Lord, said Martha, the sister of the dead man, by this time there's a bad odor. He's been there 4 days. Then Jesus said, didn't I tell you that if you believe, you'll see the glory of God? Now remember, when she first came to him, she said, anything you ask for. Can you imagine the glimmer, the little glimmer, the spark of hope in Mary and Martha as they do this? And they're like, wow, is it going to happen? Could it? Do I dare hope? Do I? So they took away the stone. Then Jesus looked up. And this prayer that he says isn't for his benefit. This is for the benefit of those that were listening. Father, I thank you that you have heard me. I've already prayed. I already know. I'm going to tell you about something that's happened here. I knew that you always hear me, but I said this for the benefit of the people standing here, that they may believe that you sent me. When he said this, Jesus called out in a loud voice, Lazarus, come out! The dead man came out, his hands and feet wrapped with strips of linen and a cloth around his face. That cloth is a do-rag, what you call a do-rag today. It's a sweat band that they would have put over a person's face. Now, why do I say that Jesus had already prayed the prayer? Because Lazarus is bound with his hands like this and his feet. He has a thing over his face so that he can barely breathe. When Jesus prayed for him to come out, he was already struggling in that tomb to come out. He's laid out on a thing. So this is an action. When they roll away that stone, he had already done the miracle. And when he says, Lazarus, come out, Lazarus hears that voice and struggles. You can imagine the sounds you would have heard from us. You would have heard the body falling off the slab. And trying to wiggle in those cloths. What would that have sounded like? Shades of Boris Karloff here, right? Right? Here comes the mummy. And literally, he is struggling to get out of that tomb. And so people are standing there like, ah! And Jesus has to tell them, go and wrap him. Now, gingerly, because he wouldn't have been dressed well. But get his hands free. Get his face free. And